What are we thinking? Do we have time to run walls?
Touchdown! Oh, Kenyon Drake! A miracle! Miraculous in Miami!
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready?
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
Sapping boys.
Oh, shit. Wasn't ready.
Oh, I said, are we ready as well? I literally said, are we ready?
I know. Shit.
Fucking get off your phone.
Shit.
How early's your poppy out?
It's 2019, so it's actually late.
So 2 years late. I thought you were having us off there. I was going, where's the little warning that we're having poppies on? Poppies on in September.
Now you know when Meek and Fitzpatrick was traded, eh?
Yeah. No, it was actually before that. It's just that I think I wore this for Wembley, and you just had to roll with it then, didn't you?
You got a new one at Wembley though, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I'm going to that though.
Yeah. Let's not incriminate ourselves. Well, let's just say Tony got one very, very cheap at Wembley.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Playing up to stereotypes, are you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I'm like when I go down to London.
It was all Rob.
It probably
All
was me.
Rob.
London tax, that's what I call it. I go down to London and I turn into an absolute tea leaf. Just London tax does me head in. How are we anyway? How was everyone?
Good.
Yeah, sound.
How was everyone's? Oh, mate, I was so excited.
Why?
Just for the games this week.
You weren't excited though, because I seen a few texts off you saying fucking Chiefs are shit.
Oh yeah, but that's the exciting part, isn't it?
You'd forgot how good the Chiefs were, hadn't you? That's what it was.
No, I forgot how stressful it was. Right, so here's what happened to me on Sunday. I had a busy Friday, busy Saturday gig. I was in it was a Friday. I had a little gig in Liverpool Friday, and then Saturday I was in Stoke, and then Sunday I had my other job. I had a little fair up to Heaton Park, Manchester. That was going at 12 and coming back at 11. And I was like, what have I done here?
11 late.
11 at night.
So you had to hang around in Manchester?
No, hold on. Why was I hanging around? I just drive home and back again, Mark.
No, I just thought that one through.
Anything to save a few pennies.
Fucking hell.
It's only 36 miles away.
I should have filtered that one through first before I spoke.
So anyway, I come to Sunday, because I just took the job and didn't even think about it or anything. Come to Sunday, realise the Chiefs are playing at 9:30. So I'm going to get there for 10. I'm going to get there for 11. I have to leave at 10. So I can watch, half an hour of the Chiefs game and try and watch it on my phone and all that. So my head was falling off. I was like, what have I done? Liverpool are on at 4:30. I had the baby as well. So I was minding, well, that's not minding your own kid, innit? I had the baby.
It is still mad.
Feels like it. Yeah. Feels like it's not your responsibility, even though it fully is. So I was like, I had the baby, Liverpool playing, and I'm like, my head was just falling off. And then I'm taking the, it was a gang of lads, took the gang of lads up to Heaton Park at 12. Oh, just got a message. I took the gang of lads up north. I took the gang of lads to Heaton Park, to Park Life, right? And I'm sitting there dropping off and I'm thinking, I can't believe I've got to pick these back up. Absolutely fuming. On the way back, my alternator goes. So the battery wasn't charging, but it was driving home all right. And I've never been so happy for me cab to break in my life. literally, my cab. It did. I got it home just on the battery life that was left. Parked it outside my house. And went, right, text them, can't pick it up. I've sorted it out to someone else to do it. And then just went, right, I'm getting on the beers. Just went straight to the shop, got a load of ale, and then camped in front of me telly from 4 o'clock, right through till 1 in the morning.
So when did you take the car to the garage today?
Yesterday morning. It was only 10 hours, so it was done in an hour, so it was like sound. Didn't cost me that much money. I was like, but literally couldn't have been happier. Probably lost 2 ton, like, including the job and what it cost me in the garage, but it was like, well, the Sundays are back.
How did you misplan that one? No, how did you, just not?
Because I just accepted the job.
Schoolboy.
I just went, sound. I'll do that job, and then didn't realise, it's the first Sunday back. And my head just fell off. I was like, I was so gutted. And then that happened, and I was like, get in. It's like I wasn't going to Fars anyway, because I was gonna have to go. I was gonna go for like from 7 till 10 till I had to leave, and then Fart called me saying Mark's not going. I was like, oh, well, I'm not going anyway then. And then you were giving it all. Not one, the Chiefs on the one, Dolphins on one telly. Not having and he was meant to be going. It's like, can't be watching the Chiefs then. I got to the Red Zone, the other telly. I was like, well, I'm not going, not watching the Chiefs. Anyway, yeah. Faced in front of the telly, 15 bevies later. What a Sunday. What a Sunday. I forgot how good them Sundays were. I was trying to explain to someone last week like what my Sundays were like before I had kids. And they used to get up at 12:30. Used to get up and there'd be one first game start at 12:30 in the Premier League. I'd watch all 3 games.
Yeah, because
Liverpool
are always on Sunday as well.
And then straight over to the Chiefs or to the Red Zone until the Chiefs are playing. It used to be beautiful. Beautiful. God's Day. Rob's Day called in our house.
Yeah, now it's not like that, is it?
No.
Anyway, we're going to address the fact that the half body that we could see last week is not here.
Oh, yeah, Tom's not here this week. Anyone know why?
No.
What's he getting done to him this time?
No, and he's been grounded.
He's been grounded.
He's literally been grounded because he was too aggressive on Sunday. The kids didn't like it while he was trying to watch while he was watching the Jets. So
I don't know how you can get overexcited watching the Jets still.
He was aggressive. Didn't say he was excited.
Oh.
He was very aggressive. Apparently he broke something in the house. So he grounded.
We're a bit lucky he broke the jersey hanging on his wall. Like.
He's only got 4 Zach Wilson jerseys.
Seeing that Sam Darnold ran in and he smashed that frame. That's why he's not here. Smashed it over his own head. All the plastic surgery he had's now cut.
Did anyone stay up for the Bucks opening game?
I did.
Oh.
I lasted till midway through the third quarter.
How long ago?
It's the most exciting game now of the week. Like one of the most exciting games of the week. And Mark falls asleep.
That's an achievement for me to stay up that time.
No, but how long ago does that feel now?
Yeah.
Like Bucks Cowboys opening game. Like normally I'd stay up and watch it. Unfortunately, my life has changed as well, Rob. So I couldn't bring myself to do it and then go to work. But I did watch it as soon as I got to work. I literally set up, got like on me fitting, got like a little place where I can put my phone. It just fits perfect, you know, like wedged in, and I had my headphones in. And then people were talking to me. I was like, I'm watching the game. Just fuck off.
Leave me alone.
Just sitting there, just throwing the odd letter in every now and again, just watching it. Just
I got up Thursday morning, not Friday morning, sorry, sprightly. And my bird like literally jumped out. What's going on?
Oh yeah, didn't look at my phone.
Little bit, exactly. Little bit of noise in the baby's bed. He was like, right, he's awake. Go on, I got up. Got him changed, took him down, left me phone in bed. She's like, you left your phone, you know? I was like, yep, yeah, got down, straight on gaming 40. You get your ball pit, straight on gaming 40, flying, loving it. Oh
yeah, no, it's fucking mad, isn't it? When you don't want to know the score, so you have to turn all notifications off on your phone and. You don't realise, like, everything, like, literally everything now revolves around your phone about the NFL, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you can't go on any app at all.
Last year, that was the worst thing for me, realising how many different things could spoil a game for me. So fancy notifications, spoil a game. But Sky Sports, spoil a game.
But even, like, all the, like, the UK apps, like, you know, like, if you were to look at anything, now they talk about NFL on everything. So you're just sitting there going...
about the phone, rather than your own phone, even to the point where you fancy seeing you get nothing and pissed through the night. Yeah. And you check and see what the night game's getting on, you know, and see what these scores are.
But that's it, like, you don't because you want to know. You don't want to check.
Well,
then
that's
you
even worse. The fact that you know.
Fuck.
I hate when I wake up when the game's on. And I'm like, I could just check. I could just... You're like, no.
Well, I woke up this morning, so obviously we're recording this on a Tuesday. Yeah. So Monday Night Football was last night. Yeah. I woke up and it was overtime. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because I thought, game's going to be over. Yeah. I'll just check the score. Yeah. You know, like, and I'll see and then I'll watch it when I get to work. No. I literally just clicked on it and it was like overtime. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to watch it now. It was like 4:30 this morning.
Not watch it. Yeah.
4:30 this morning, baby. Needed feeding. So I was like, Game Pass, put that on. Yeah.
Like,
I watch live and then feeding the baby.
When it comes to sport,
just like that wind in the baby, just like for the bar for 20 years, not even know
clapping died at a car. I was going to say, yeah. Well, I can't stand knowing what's happened in sports before I watch the game. I can't know the score and then watch it. It annoys me. So I've got it down to a T, avoiding the scores and that now. And the next, you'll know you're in the next level when the first thing you do is, say you're recording it, you turn the channel over So when you turn the telly on, in case it's on that channel,
Right.
even though you know, like sometimes I know there's no way my bird's been watching Sky Sports, but I can't take the risk. So and then the best thing is, you can't put it on BBC. What BBC News is on tells you the score. You got to know what channels you can put, like 115 to BBC Three, because there's no chance they're going to ruin the game for you, and then you can go TV Guide Planner. Let's play sort of thing.
Cat gets up in the morning, there's Babe Station. Change it to Babe Station, so there's no.
It's the only channel I knew.
Do you know what the worry is now, though? Like, because of how popular the NFL's getting, when you go on, like, onto TV Guide, I just fully expect now to see the score, to be there and watch the game. Just be like, you fucking twats.
You rats.
Because, like, I got to work, and everyone knows I watch the NFL. So, like, on the Friday morning, I got into work, and everyone was like, oh, did you stay up for the NFL? And I was like, shut your mouth, fucking don't speak to me. And I
you're like me as well. You're a knobhead, so people are looking to see your team lose, so they can go, hey,
So like, literally, everyone was like coming over, going, oh, do you not know the score then? And I was like, fuck off. I was like, just do not tell me the score. Like, people that have never watched it, it's egg chasing. No one fucking watches that. What are they wearing pads for? All that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And literally sat at me fit and watching it. And about an hour after I got into work, one of the fellas comes over and goes, score 31-29 there. And I was like, thank fuck I've watched it. I was like, you fucking absolute bellend.
Selfish prick.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just thinking to myself, you fucking gobshite. But he didn't even know I was in. So someone had told him that I didn't know the score.
And they'd have to tell him the score, or he's Googled it.
So he fucking went out of his way to try and ruin my day. Gotta get out of bed earlier than that, though.
What about you, Mark? How was your week?
I loved it. So I had a bit of a win on Saturday night and then a loss on Sunday, which we'll go into more. But when the NFL season's down, because it's getting a little bit darker about 6 o'clock, and you start getting that little dusk, and you get in front of the telly and
nice,
start getting all
Christmas is what was it used to be? Birds, or it used to be X Factor's on. Christmas is coming. With us, the NFL season started. Christmas is January's coming.
It is Christmas, isn't it? That's it's Christmas time. Like the NFL season
starts getting cold.
But that's when the playoffs start coming and that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, wouldn't know about the playoffs yet. Yet being the key word.
Yeah. So go on, any news this week then, Mark?
Yeah, it's a couple of walking wounded for our teams. Let's see, there we go, up. Brian Fitz went out with a hip injury at the weekend.
He's done.
Yeah, to be fair, it's his age, isn't it?
So they've said
when you get to that age, you start needing hip replacements.
Said it's a hip subluxation.
Yeah, finished.
Maybe possibly a
season
hip
over, game over.
Dislocation.
Yeah, my nan's had the hips done. It happens to everyone that age.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Got to be
I was gutted because
Tyler Heineken or Cam Newton, you expecting to sign Cam Newton?
Cam,
if Cam doesn't come in, that's Cam finished in the NFL. That's another team that's passed over with it.
I think he's perfect to come in at Washington.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He knows the offense already. He's got great.
The way that user set up as well. Your defense to win everything, and Cam to run the ball.
I think it'll be week 2 or 3. Sorry, week 3 or 4 that Cam comes in. I think because they've given the contract in the summer, and like, who was it? Someone in a group we're in was saying that apparently it was quite close between Tyler and Fitz. I think they're gonna give him a confidence boost of making him the starter let him lose the job. But in the meantime, they'll already be talking to Cam, I think.
Yeah, like once this game's out the way, you're in.
Yeah, get Thursday out the way. Let who's playing Thursday? New Giants. Yeah. See, that's gonna be an easy one for him.
I'm a bit gutted for Ryan Fitz. The first time this year he's been the starter. Do you know what I mean?
It is his first proper opportunity.
There's been no rookie.
He started the Jets on him, and he started the Dolphins, but every time. Started the Buccaneers for a bit, but every single team he started, it's like they're dying to get rid of him. Yeah. Is this the first team that he felt like they'd said no? We're having him. He's starting.
He's in a good
position.
And
we're playing confident. We're confident in him.
Jets left tackle. Mickey Baxton is out for 4 or 5 weeks with arthroscopic knee surgery, which is basically keyhole surgery to see what the problem is. So it could be about 1, could be a couple of weeks.
Oh, look,
I said to you, didn't I, on the way here, I said that could be a blessing because the Jets should really try and lose every game this season.
Yeah.
And then bit of big news for payday, and it might have an effect on the player on the back of your shirt as well, who's looking for a new deal. So Steelers edge rusher, TJ Watt signed a new 4-year extension, making him the highest paid defensive player in the league.
Yeah.
So it's 4 years, 112 million, 80 million which is guaranteed, and 35 million.
Didn't he go in?
Sign-up bonus.
Didn't he go in? So I'm sure his agent said he can get more money.
Yeah, his agent felt he can get more money.
And he just went in and said, fuck it.
And he overrided it, yeah.
I'm happy.
But that means Mika...
Because he wasn't training. Apparently because he wasn't training, he was fuming. Like he wanted to get back to training, so that's why he
on the weekend, which was what more.
And like you say, Minka, but also Tyrann Mathieu. And then Xavier Howard. It all adds on. Like I know Xavier Howard's not a safety, but he's a defensive back. And it all just adds on sort of thing. It's like because Steelers are changing the way they do contracts now, Minka gets a big deal and Tyrann, because of his age, I'm not sure he's expecting a big deal or what, but Chiefs need to get it done soon.
Minka's going to want a big contract.
Yeah. Last bit of news. Somebody made up with this one. I'd just seen this on Twitter before we were driving up here. There's rumours going around Urban Meyer's heart's not in it. And he sort of, there's rumours he's going to spew it within the first few weeks.
His heart's not in it.
Absolutely made up with this.
And I'm not too sure, but there's a college team that I've got it open, and that's where the link is. Again, it could be, you know.
So your heart's not in for the NFL, you want to go back to college sort of thing?
Yeah, and he's been into his big job.
You don't get slapped by the Texans.
Yeah.
This is another thing I was like, but then it also come out that apparently the players hate him.
Yeah, there's been.
I wonder if it's a bit of player power straight away as well. I can't see them. The Jags aren't going to get rid of him because they're not going to admit they made a mistake that soon. But
no, the Jags won't get rid of him. But if he's fucking fed up,
yeah, well, if he knows the players
on
his side,
go up, fuck it, spew it. I'm not asked.
Thing is, he's got all the players over the barrel, hasn't he? In college, because he just goes, well, your scholarship's gone. Yeah. You don't do as I say, your scholarship's gone. So, so he's got them over the barrel there. But in the NFL, what's he going to do? Not getting your money. Money's guaranteed, mate. I'm not asked.
Well, should we bring up the fact that, you know, obviously Mark's done his news now, and we'll bring up the fact about your little Instagram or Twitter conversation?
Well, you know, just mixing with the stars. As I told you, I'm fucking carrying this podcast. Just me and my mates from the NFL.
I feel like I brought that little clip up. I think it was me that started that.
Well,
and then
if you watch the clip,
you ran onto a tangent about how you're going to slap him at every game going.
If you watch the clip, I think I was just saying, oh, fancy Micah Parsons, and you're like, because he's good at Connect 4, and then my head did go like, I felt like you'd challenge me, and I had to challenge him. Well, so we put out anyone who's not seen it, put out a clip on our Instagram, Twitter, and it was a clip from the last week's episode where I challenged Micah Parsons to a game at Connect 4. Well, he's only got back to us, hasn't he? He says he runs from no one and called me a fucking bum.
He just missed off one key word, didn't he? Could have called you a fat bum.
I know. I was sitting there thinking.
But then I realised that, like, he's not going to say that because, like, most of the O-line are fucking massive.
I think
so he'd just be insulting, like, half his teammates.
I think his words were, never scared. I'm never scared. Yeah. Run it, you bum.
Yeah.
So I think, even though we all know run it in America means set it up, I think the run was also a fat jab. I took it as a fat jab anyway. So I've been training extra hard. I downloaded 3 different Connect 4 apps on my phone. I've got Connect 4 on my Fire Stick when I'm sitting there bored.
So you're 68-0.
56-0 I am.
56-0. So what are you now? 56.
Well, I've been playing into computer, so it doesn't count. So, but I'm still at Mio has not left.
All them days at home with the young one, eh?
Playing against this kid.
Kid is literally probably 56 weeks old today as well. Lads, you not have faith in your boy. You're not backing your fellow far from.
No.
Listen, I am shit hot. So I've DM'd Mika. He DM'd back. He's up for it. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna do it online. We're gonna do it in the studio. Get Mika in. Have a little chat. We'll get Mika on. Have a little chat. Play a little game. I'll smash his ass Connect 4. And then, so it's going to be an exciting little bonus.
You're going to have him a wager.
Set it up. So as soon as he's ready, I'm ready. I'll have my wager all day. you know I will.
This will be like, do you know what this will end up like? This will end up like Tony's Jag fan last year that he had a Twitter spat with.
He just blocked him and went missing.
just imagine Rob going, should we have a little wager on it? And Micah Parsons goes, oh yeah, go ahead, lad. We'll just have like 5 $5,000 on it.
Yeah.
And you
I'd have to
and
say
you go, yeah, all right, yeah.
yes. Lads, I'm not going to lose. I don't think you realise how good I am at Connect 4.
If he said $5,000, what are you saying?
Yes.
Fuck off.
I'm backing myself to the hill.
Remortgaging your house.
You haven't told us what colour you go. You
What?
yellow or red?
I mean,
Fuck off. Are you mad?
Yeah,
He's
have
fucking
your colours.
wearing red, isn't he?
I'll go red and I'll let him go first. I'm the best when I'm second. This is how good I am at Connect 4. I've got tactics for going second. I'm not going to reveal them on the pod in case Mika listens. Looking for any little hints he can get away. He can get
Yeah,
away.
he does study tape, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? So,
Fucking study this.
but I did bring you a little present, didn't I?
You did. Tony, come bearing gift for me. I've now got a Mika Parsons rookie card, Panini. So when I smash him 3-0 or whatever, however many games we play, I'm going to get him to sign it. Hopefully, I'm going to send him it.
Fucking...
No, I'll send him it. I'll say, this is what I'll do. I'll say, once I beat you, I'm going to send you the rookie card. You've got to sign it for me, send it back. I'll give him a little pre-postage thing and send it back. That's what the bet is. And I'm going to tell him he has to make it out to Rob, the greatest Connect 4 player in the world. And dear friend, lots of love, Mika Parsons.
Do you want his jersey number as well written on it next to his autograph? That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
What's his jersey?
Does that make it more
11.
value?
No, just 11 in it. Just put like 11 next to it. That'd be nice.
No, because then people might think we went 1-on-1. I mean, we won't go 1-on-1. I'm going to smash him.
Well, if anyone else is interested, NFL UK card breaks for any NFL cards and statesidesports.co.uk. I didn't really get a plug in last week because I forgot my board.
You never.
I have brought some nice cards though, haven't I?
You have lovely cards
Miles
there.
Gaskin autograph,
Don't know who
college
he is.
uniform,
Quitty
Dolphins
Pay.
running back. Quitty Pay in his college uniform.
And Tua as always.
And Tua autograph this time though. So three nice little autograph cards.
So what's
Some nice hits.
2 nice cards and Tony's mortgage if Tua goes off.
Well, yeah, Tua is going off. Did you not watch us on Sunday?
No.
Of course you never.
You watched it, so I didn't need to. Right, anything else then? Should we go straight into the games from last week?
Yeah, it's getting a bit Connect 4 heavy, isn't it?
It's becoming a Connect 4 podcast. Like.
It makes a lot of difference, Mark, not actually having to go with the cards, more having to go with Connect 4.
Mark's fuming now. He's got a cob on because he's shit at Connect 4.
Just wants a present.
Yeah. They give me a present. We'll talk about that in a bit. Right, Connect 4, Tampa Bay 31, Cowboys 29. It's actually Connect 4. Thursday night's game. Tampa Bay 31, Cowboys 29. Thoughts and feelings. I'll be honest. I'll start. What did they say about the Cowboys? Another one of our clips. Who am I all in on?
CD Lamb.
CD Lamb and the Cowboys. They did not disappoint.
You're only in on CD Lamb because I give you a pack of cards and you opened it and one of them was CD Lamb.
Well, however,
if one of them was Chris Godwin, you'd have went, oh, I'm all in on the Bucks.
Well, I wasn't all in the Bucks. I'm all in on CD Lamb because I want a holiday and that card's going to get me one.
That card is never getting you a holiday.
But Dak is back and the Cowboys looked fantastic because I think every one of us expected them to get whitewashed here.
Yeah, but you say they look fantastic.
Oh, by the way, week 1 is a week for overreaction. And just to make sure everyone knows, it's not an overreaction if you just deny you say it in about 4 weeks' time.
Cowboys couldn't run the ball. Zeke looked.
Against the best running defense in the league.
That is a
the Cowboys couldn't run the ball, so what they done? Just threw it.
Yeah, and what was it, 58 passing attempts from Dak?
Yeah.
Who had a shoulder injury just like last week.
No, it was a lat injury apparently. So it wasn't actually shoulder. So apparently it was just, not to be a bit fucking boring.
Not boring gym talk. Yeah. No, but to be fair, like from watching the game of 40 the next day, I'm gutted I never stayed up for it.
Yeah. It was a proper, we've been waiting for ages, stadium's back in, and it couldn't have been a better start.
There was an instant that stuck out for me with Dak. I think he was on his own 5-yard line.
Yeah.
They had him boxed in, and he just steps into the pocket and just breaks away and throws a 20-yard pass down the line to CD Lamb. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was dead confidence for a player who's been out for 12 months. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what shocked me as well? Amari Cooper.
Because
everyone, I don't know what it is, but everyone in the past 6 months has gone, He's finished him.
I think because of CD Lamb's hype, everyone's forgotten how good Amari Cooper was.
And he was fucking brilliant.
It's like it's the same as Gallup. Gallup looked good early on, and then I know he went out the game a little bit later on. But like the Cowboys have got such a good offense. Like even if let's take Zeke out this game and say don't write him off because of one game. But even Zeke, Pollard looked great, and
That's what I mean.
You're like
Tony Pollard could realistically take over.
The offensive line looked good, and there's two of the starters were injured. Like
I will caveat that with it. So I thought the defense was awful.
Yeah.
And I mean, Tony Romo was the commentator on it, really.
Yeah.
He the way he breaks it down was brilliant. So he was telling you what Tom Brady was doing to Micah Parsons sometime.
Yeah, but you can't blame Micah Parsons for that because his head's on a different game.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? Like,
of course not. But
Tom Brady's trying to he's trying to think of slants and that, and all he's seeing is my fucking connection. Like he sees Chris Godwin runs past him and goes, "Oh shit, I can't get beaten at the diagonal."
Do you know what else stood out in this game?
Antonio Brown.
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown looks like Antonio Brown. And all the shit he got.
Kickers stood out in this game. Kickers
Sorry,
matter.
Tony. Yeah.
Cowboys would have won this if they'd have had a decent kicker.
If did they miss 2 field goals?
Greg the Leg let them down, didn't he?
Greg the Leg did let them down. I think you can put a price on a really good kicker.
Feels like you're doing your own negotiations here.
Well, you know.
Well, you can't put a price on a good kicker, but I'll say 10 million.
I'd take fucking less than that, 1% of that, to go and live in America and just kick footies for the living.
You don't even kick footies over here anymore.
I know. That's because I'm saving myself.
Right.
I can't waste this left foot. But no, like if they'd have had, Justin Tucker, who's yours, Butker,
yeah,
Jason Sanders,
yeah,
they win that game.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I think how many missed? I'm sure it was more than one missed field goal, wasn't it? And an extra point.
I think it was an extra point and a field goal.
Yeah, so there's 4 points straight away, and you think,
but then the fact that Brady would have had to,
exactly drive down for a touchdown sort of thing. Yeah, it was. I don't know. Well, it was another one of them games though as well. As soon as Tom Brady had 2.5 minutes left,
yeah, you knew it.
You knew what was happening.
You've seen it time and time again with the Pats, haven't you?
Yeah, it's like there's just. I think the Cowboys knew it as well. They're like, we'll get on to the Chiefs in a bit, and I'll talk about that as well. Let's move on then. Atlanta 6, Eagles 32. Another one I just did not see happening.
Same.
I think completely overlooked the Eagles' defensive line, which is always decent. And I think I don't know. Is this the Falcons? Like,
do you know, when you say defensive line, the Eagles on the offensive line. So the NFL has been having this player pathway on it, the international player pathway for years, and nothing's ever really come of it. But their left tackle, Jordan Mailata, is actually cemented the spot as the start left tackle now, and he doesn't look out of place. You know what I mean? When you've seen any the highlights and anything.
Yeah, Jason Kelce's still there. He's still quality. Like you say, the two lines, the Eagles won their Super Bowl built on lines and depth in lines, and it looks like the fact that trying to rebuild the team based on that.
And Hurts doesn't look as bad as what we thought now.
I was going to say, what people think of Hurts?
Yeah, I didn't really watch this one. I'm not going to lie. But I just seen the box score and thought, what the fuck's happened?
I seen the highlights and stuff, and this is why he wasn't as bad. He didn't kill his team. He didn't make stupid incompletions. He made the run game much more like Lamar does for the Ravens, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah,
it means you got to defend more. And to be honest, the Falcons are just terrible. We need to.
It's fucking worrying for them, innit?
Yeah.
Like you'd have went and looked at that game and said, Falcons win that. Like,
if you're a Falcons fan now, are you sitting there going, why didn't we take Fields? Why didn't we take someone we can build off?
They fourth, were they drafting fourth last year?
Fourth and took pitch, yeah.
They could have even took a Mac Jones or someone. In hindsight, obviously we didn't realise how Mac Jones was, but like you said, they had the choice of what.
No, but they could have traded down. Like you're right,
yeah.
They could have traded down and took Fields or Jones, and based on that performance, you're getting slapped by a team that nobody thought. Everyone, I think Eagles would have been like favourites for bottom of the NFC East, alongside the Giants.
If I'm a Falcons fan, I'm sitting there and I'm fucking I'm sitting there thinking, we've fucked up here. Because I watched Kyle Pitts as well. There's no way he's a tight end. This is another thing. He's not a tight end. He's just a receiver who's playing tight end. Like, it's just You know the way Kelsey
He's not a tight end though,
and
by
George
the
Kittle.
same
No,
logic.
but you see Kelsey and Kittle, and you see even Waller at Raiders. As much as they're pass catching tight ends, they're built.
Yeah,
Like you've got shoulders.
Yeah.
He can block. If you look at Pitts, Pitts isn't built. He hasn't got a shoulders though. Yeah, but
he's still only 20 though. I think he's still got time.
I'm sure he's got time to fill out. But what I mean is, he's doing nothing for you. He might as well. You might as well just play him wide receiver because he literally was doing nothing. He couldn't block anything. And then you look what happened to Ryan, and their O-line at Atlanta's fucked. And it's like,
that's what I mean. Like you could have traded out a fourth, built your O-line, or got a QB, or done whatever. Actually built a team that, you didn't have to get rid of Julio Jones.
Yeah.
But you did.
They did for money because you couldn't get the starters, could they?
Yeah,
you couldn't make the rookies, sorry.
But you could have moved, but you could have manoeuvred things.
Yeah, but you got rid of Ryan. You got rid of Ryan and paid your rookies. And
you watched what the Chiefs do with their cap. You're telling me that the Falcons couldn't have kept Julio and fucking spread it round some other way?
Yeah.
Easily.
It's just, the Falcons look like someone who went all out for the Super Bowl, blew it, and have now fucked things.
How long ago was that? 5 years? 6 years?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like
they've never recovered.
They've not recovered. And now they don't know what to do. They look lost because they spent the whole, 4 or 5 years since that Super Bowl, 6 years, whatever, thinking we can get back there. And they've just got worse and worse. Buffalo 16, Steelers 23.
Shock.
For me.
Yeah, but I think Steelers probably to people within who were Steelers fans, they probably thought no, wasn't.
I don't think it's a shock. I think it's one of them games where you go, oh yeah, obviously it's similar to Seahawks when we get to in a minute. We go, yeah, why do we always forget how good they are?
Yeah,
it's like always overlook them, and they're always brilliant. Steelers just like defense, just always brilliant. And but every year we think, yeah, they can't.
It's like Big Ben's been getting worse every year, but he's still better than probably.
Big Ben was shite in that game.
But that's my point. He's still better than probably a quarter of probably maybe 10 quarterbacks in the league at least. Yeah, and he's getting worse every year, but he's still a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah. Still say the top half of quarterbacks. You reckon? I wouldn't.
Just like
I wouldn't have them in my top 20.
But underrated team, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'd say they're like Leicester.
Yeah.
Don't give Leicester the credit.
Yeah, because every year Leicester are fighting for top 4.
Yeah.
And if you just pick the top 4 every year, no one's putting Leicester in it.
No. And the Steelers are that.
Yeah.
That team.
I think the Seahawks have been that team the last 3 years as well. But like I say, we'll get on to their game in a minute. So, is it too early for me to say I told you so about Josh Allen or what?
Yeah. It's too early, but
I'm going to say it anyway.
You're going to say it anyway, and the offense wasn't great.
The offense?
Yeah.
Just never ticked.
Yeah.
Like for the Bills, like it wasn't great.
No.
So they couldn't establish a run game, which they've never been able to.
They had no Zach Moss. In the game, it was all Singletary as well.
Even if they did have Zach Moss,
there was Singletary and someone else playing behind him. Yeah, I forget his name. Someone he picked up in the summer.
Breeder
it was, yeah. Singletary and Breeder couldn't establish nothing. Diggs didn't have a great game. He started getting frustrating. I think he got a penalty called against him for
Gabe Davis got their touchdown, didn't he?
Yeah. It wasn't looking great for Bills, and it was looking like the Bills of 2 years ago, not the Bills of last year. They need to sort it out soon. But I did read something or listen to something that said the Steelers apparently their bogey team anyway. Like they're always terrible against the Steelers. Steelers in this game, and this is I got this from the PFF before anyone calls me out. Rushed with four rushes. So now they got Ingram in there. Yeah. Ingram, Watt, is it Hayward or someone like that?
Yeah, Hayward.
They rather than blitzing, they literally went, our defensive line is good enough to get there, so we can just concentrate on covering, and we don't have to worry about blitzing you because we're that good. And they were dead right. Their defensive line is great. The Chiefs struggled last year against someone who done a similar thing against us. Was like, our defensive line is good enough that we don't have to blitz. We're just going to get there anyway. Yeah. I think it was the Chargers. We're just going to get there anyway, and you're going to struggle. So we can just cover. And this is and the Steelers have done the same to the Bills, and they were great doing it. Anyone want to say anything about that before we move on?
No.
Panthers 19, Jets 14.
Well, we all called this.
Yeah, and that scoreline flattered the Jets because the Panthers were something like 19-3 up or something.
I think it flattered Darnold as well. I don't think he was as good as the box score suggested either, from what I saw.
No, you know what? I watched the highlights of this game just so I could wind Tom up when he come, and he never turns up. You know what this game was like? You know when there's a knobhead when you're a kid, and you always think, how's he been allowed to be a knobhead? Why has no one given him a smack? And then
Defo Rob.
And then you give him a smack. And it turns out the reason no one's ever given him a smack is because he's got a dead-eyed cousin who comes back and fills you in. That's what this game was like. It was like Sam Darnold went, Jets, you've been horrible to me. Meet me dead-eyed cousin, Christian McCaffrey. And he just fucking took the piss out of them.
Do you know what, though? Like, McCaffrey, like, balled out, but yet still didn't feel like he balled out.
There's still touches left on the field. They could have given him so many more touches.
Yeah, because the game was over. That's what the Jets come back into this. Zach Wilson's going to get. If people want to give Zach Wilson plaudits, he's going to get plaudits for saying, "Oh, we fought back into the game." But the Panthers were 19 and something up, and then went, "We don't like these. These are no threat.
Yeah.
Let's take the foot off the gas."
Obviously, we spoke about it last week. Robbie Anderson, Sam Darnold. Yeah. It was always going to happen. And what was it? 59-yard touchdown pass.
59-yard touchdown. Darnold ran one in. Just Panthers were just in control, and it makes me think. I think the Panthers, even though the Jets are a shit franchise with terrible luck this year, it makes me think these are just going to get better and better. Unfortunately for them, they're in a very tough division. But
just on a different side, did you see anyone see the the Panthers pre-game augmented reality thing?
No. Yeah.
The Panther, the massive giant.
Oh, I did, yeah.
I did
see that. Forgot I'd seen that.
Next game is Bengals 27, Vikings 24. Another one that went to overtime. I think Vikings had to scrap back into this one to get it to overtime, didn't he? Bengals were
well ahead. And then
almost let it go.
Vikings.
I think this is the first game that probably proved what Tony's been saying about the pre-season being football. So Jamar Chase has been getting slated, Danny, for his drops in pre-season. Yeah. And he never had one drop on the weekends.
7 targets, 7 catches.
It's like everyone sets it up. You know, like it's like he come out. He was told to come out and say.
Talk about the white stripes.
You know, like it's like he was set up to come out and say, "Oh yeah, I'm really struggling." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, be shit at pre-season. We know that we were watching you. We know you're good, but just say you're shit.
Like the telly said.
Just be shit, and then we'll come out and we'll make you look like a joke. And then week 1, you'll fucking turn up and smash it and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, that's what he did. Joe Burrows as well. Joe Burrows looked great until I think it was the fourth quarter. The Vikings come back. They started getting to him. Don't know if that's his fault or the O-line's fault. I think there's a bit of both. I think they're trying to hold on to the ball too much. Doesn't want to get the ball away. We're trying to run down clock by looking for easy completions and holding on to the ball too much. Vikings were able to get to him.
Was the Vikings' problem? So they went behind.
Cousins is the Vikings'
problem. Cousins is never the Vikings' problem when they're winning. So it's because you can rely on Dalvin Cook to run the ball then. But because they were losing and they're not going to run the ball, you have to chase it and launch downfield. And that's when he has to be the part of the solution. But he isn't, you know what I mean?
Well, he lost this game because of Dalvin Cook.
Well, yeah, I know.
In the end.
He fumbled it, didn't he, in overtime?
Yeah.
But they done well to get back into the game because I thought they were dead and buried.
So did I, and I thought it was the start of the rot of Vikings because even the coach just doesn't look happy, does he?
No.
Like the way he's not happy with his players. I think there'll be a change there this year.
It's worrying for the Vikings because obviously, you know, the Packers are the Packers. Like, obviously, what happens we'll go into. But the rest of their division, the Bears are building something with Fields. The Lions are doing it the way the Dolphins done it, where they're kind of building to get a quarterback in the future.
Yeah.
They kind of build the lines and then build kind of like the way the Eagles go about it. Yeah. Build the lines and then build, you know, your stars from there.
Give your new quarterback the best possible chance to succeed.
For the Vikings, though, like, you know, if they don't get it right this year, where does he go?
That's the problem. Vikings are in this sort of like, what's the word? This purgatory, where it's like the roster's good enough that if you went and got a star, if you like, Party thinks, would you try Cam there, or would you try? Because at the moment,
if you took Cam there. How good's their running game go then? You know, with the threat of Dalvin Cook, the threat of Cam.
Yeah.
It make them more
interesting. But the problem is, though, have you got the same thing where you can only win with the run? Because they've got 2 great receivers there in Phelan and Jefferson. And it's like...
He didn't play the weekend, did he, I don't think?
Yeah, they both
Did he?
Yeah, they both played, yeah.
Didn't looks.
Thielen scored a touchdown, Jefferson didn't do a lot.
I think Jefferson got like 2 receptions, something like that. I saw him catch it anyway. Yeah, it makes you... That's the only problem with Cam, is like, you're like, oh, you're still doing the same thing where you can only win one way. They need to be a bit more dynamic. But that's probably why they've got Cousins, because they think... Everyone thinks of Cousins as being like a game manager, accurate sort of thing, but he's not. He just can't do it for them. Moving on, as you just mentioned, the Lions, 33, 49ers, 41. Now, we all expected this to be a high-scoring game, but for one team.
Yeah, we didn't expect the Lions to put anywhere
Would
near
you have took
33 points
over 70 on the spread before this game?
Yeah, on the 49ers scoring.
Yeah, on the 49ers scoring 40 or 20 odd.
I'd have had the 49ers scoring like 56.
And then Lions getting a few in garbage time, yeah.
And then it just going over because no starter would have been in for the 49ers. But
it was such a game with 2 halves. I mean, from what we've only seen the highlights of it.
Yeah.
It's garbage time, but
it's fucking switchy bum time
for
the
49ers.
The end.
They switched off, didn't? I think that's what it was. They just switched off.
I think the score was that high. They thought it's impossible for them to do this in time. Even if they got a touchdown to do this in time. And then, because no one expects an onside kick now. Well, no one ever expects an onside kick.
This was like a perfect storm of everything. No. So before the onside kick, they got a fumble from Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
He fumbled.
Who had a great game before.
He recovered the ball, scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Scored the extra point. Yeah. And then they recovered the onside kick.
Didn't he have a pick 6 as well at one point?
It was just like a perfect storm of everything that could go wrong for the 49ers did, or in that sort of last quarter. Goff looked boss in the last quarter as well. I
think Goff looked all right all game. It's just a case of the Lions are shite. It's like they haven't got enough.
They've got nothing to surround them with, have they?
It's like the interesting thing about Goff is he just looks like the main man. Like it's like they've gone. Like Tony said, here's your 2-year audition. If not, we'll get a quarterback because we're going to have enough picks. We're going to be shit enough, but going to be shit enough that we're going to be able to get a quarterback, but good enough that we're going to build so that when he's here, we're ready to go. Yeah. And I feel like they're saying to Goff, we're going to build for 3 years around the quarterback position. If you want it, go and earn it. And I liked him. I thought he looked good. DeAndre Swift looked brilliant.
What we were saying on the way here,
Penny Sewell left tackle.
Swift and Williams both look good for the Lions.
Yeah. Like Penny Sewell at left tackle. I know they've been trying to play him right tackle. Whether they put him back there or not.
Injured, didn't he? There, right there, left tackle.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see if, like Tony says, it's pre-season means fuck all, and Penny Sewell moves to right tackle, and all of a sudden, all the shit people are giving him is gone. It's like it's just all the whole. Oh, he's struggling at right tackle. He looks lost. Because all anyone's saying now is you need to keep him at left tackle. You need to keep him at left tackle, and maybe he's just one of these players that turns up in games.
Yeah,
that can't train, turns up in games. But we'll see. What do we think of the 49ers?
Trey Lance threw his first touchdown.
Yeah.
That was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But again, no, Shanahan, he can say one of us and get us to rush for 100 yards.
Well,
someone you've never heard of. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Rob's ever gone 100 yards in his life.
Well, as long as it's in 5-yard increments.
Elijah Mitchell.
Over 4 hours.
No one's ever
heard of him. The game is over to the hours, though.
No one's ever heard of him. And, Raheem Mostert goes off injured. And this Mitchell's fella steps up.
I know, and not even Trey Sermon.
Yeah,
not even like the fucking second round running back.
It just the way he schemes his games and the defensive line, and obviously it's a big part of that. It just you can just take anyone off the street to get a fucking 100 yards.
But what I said about the 49ers before the season, and I think shows again, their defensive backfield is just not.
Well, they lost their number one corner, didn't he? What's his name? He's been injured a lot recently. He had a good season last season. I can't the corner.
No,
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember my own players' names correctly.
Just had a baby. There's no.
Their defensive backfield is there to be attacked, and when the Lions attacked it, they had a bit of luck. And this is what I think might let down the 49ers, because the 49ers are great when they can get to the quarterback. Yeah. They're so reliant on that pass rush. Yeah. And if that pass rush
if the pass rush gets home quick, then
the sound. But the pass rush doesn't, then the backfield is just so wide open. So it'd be interesting when the 49ers play someone like the Rams and Stafford, if the Rams can give Stafford a bit of time, what he could do to the kind of games they'll be having. Next one, Texans 37, Jags 21, which brings us to our first new bit on the podcast. Each one of us has got a little segment each. Mine is the fucking betting bastards. Because the betting bastards this week are the fucking Texans who couldn't just read the fucking script and play ball. Like, the Jags are coming here. Urban Meyer's first game. This great goat, the greatest coaching from college football in next to Nick Saban, comes to the NFL. Trevor Lawrence's first fucking game comes to the NFL. The greatest quarterback for the last decade to come out of college. They give them, what do they give them? A fucking little layup. Yeah, here's the Texans, who we all know are going 0-17. They don't want to win. They don't want to play the best quarterback. They're paying $50 million a year. They don't want to win. So what happens? The Texans turn up and go, hold on, don't be calling us shit. Tyrod Taylor. Where the fuck's Tyrod Taylor come from the right? He's only got about 4 ribs left after last year in the Chargers, and he's fucking running around like a madman. Oh, it's throwing 60-yard bombs. I don't know what's going on with the Jags. I don't know what's going on with the Texans. But this game done my fucking head in.
You know what made it worse? They dragged Amendola off the street. He caught touchdowns past.
Oh, fuck off, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like
everyone said
a has-been at the Texans.
Everyone's Lindsay, Mark Ingram, David Johnson, all of them got touchdowns. And the whole point of the whole pre-season was, they're just signing any old running back. They're just going to run the ball, not give to Sean Watson. And now it looks like a fucking three-headed monster. It looks like they've got Hades in the backfield. Just run a fucking either one of them's going to... people fucking making fantasy trades now for David Johnson today. Like, he got him down as the 28th best fantasy runner. Like, fuck off. You're meant to be there for a nice little layup and you fucked everyone's accumulates up, you selfish gang of bastards.
Bucky's must have fucking cleaned up. Can you imagine over in America how much money must have been?
What percentage of athletes do you reckon that Jags
no, but I'd say 99%. 99% of people.
I think the only people betting on the Texans was be a laugh if this comes in.
I mean, I don't even think no one's ever bet on the over on that game either.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that game's destined to be under and Jags
You
win.
thought it was going to be a nice 28-6.
Yeah.
Nice 28-6.
Under,
Trevor Lawrence,
Jags win.
3
Trevor
touchdowns.
Trevor Lawrence is like, the best quarterback ever.
If I would have said to you, after week 1, the Texans would be top.
And the Lions, the Texans would be top and the Lions put 33 points up. You'd have just went, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm not fucking getting involved.
This is why we love the NFL, but fucking Tyrod Taylor looked phenomenal. He looked like Tyrod Taylor's this year's Gardner Minshew. I mean, we had Minshew Mania and now it's Taylor time. Because he looked phenomenal.
But like the Jags, what the fuck? Like, why is James Robinson only seeing the ball 5 times? Like, why is that happening?
Because Carlos Hyde's Urban Meyer's little boy.
Like, why isn't James Robinson just getting the first 20 carries and going, right, we've won this game?
Give him a chance to prove himself again last year. It was fucking shocking. Trevor Lawrence looked, in parts, brilliant. Then in parts going, what are you doing that for?
Well, I think
he didn't look like the best thing to come out of college.
Well, he probably looked shocked the fact that the Texans actually turned up and he wasn't getting an easy, comfortable win where he was going to put 3 touchdowns.
Where's this defensive line? Did this defense from the Jags gone as well? They've been building on it for 3 years. Like, they still got decent players there. They got Josh Allen. They got the 2 cornerbacks that they're meant to be half good, and they're just shite.
It was fucking embarrassing, wasn't it?
Do you know what the thing is? I was listening to someone or reading it on Twitter somewhere. All these players that the Texans have picked up off free agency off the wire, they're going to trade them for picks as soon as someone like missing a receiver or a running back.
Well, they've already started, haven't they?
For the 3rd and 4th round picks.
Roby's gone. Someone else has gone.
They'll just acquire all these picks for next year.
That's literally what they're starting doing. It's just whether you trust them to fucking make the picks. Maybe that's what they told to watch. Sit there for a year, don't get injured. Let's hope you're not a rapist.
Wow.
Colts 16, Seahawks 28.
Disappointing me this because I've got the Colts doing well and
but your boy Lockett done well.
This hurt me. This
your boy Lockett
I do like Tyler Lockett, but no, this hurt me because I've jumped in all on Carson Wentz.
Apparently the Colts, it was defensively where they looked shocking.
Yeah,
like I've only seen the highlights, but read and heard that Wentz was all right.
Yeah, but it's not what you want to see. 16 points against the Seahawks.
No,
do you know what I mean? You want to see the Colts come out firing. And
you know what this game's done for me, and like I say, the same as the Steelers. Just remind you the difference with having a decent head coach.
Yeah. Well coached.
Like Pete Carroll, every year, the oldest coach in the NFL. Every year you think, write him off. Russell Wilson's shite. How long can you rely on Chris Carson for? He's constantly injured. Chris Carson goes
You
off.
know what? That's
Russell Wilson throws a free touchdown,
when
and you're like,
when you're looking at your fantasy
oh
team.
yeah, why am I questioning it?
When you look at your fantasy team,
Yeah,
Chris Carson, where were you picking him? Fourth
round,
if
yeah.
he was there.
Yeah,
You ain't going, I'm going up to
Yeah.
game.
But he's going to get a solid 80, 100 yards every single week.
I know, and then he just does
Just
a
give him
solid game. And it's like, I used to always take Chris Carson, but I thought he's finished now.
exactly.
finished.
You're just there like,
You're like,
nah, he's finished. Russell Wilson's been a prick in the off season.
Yeah.
I'm not going near him. But no, fucking, I'll just remind you. Yeah, we're the Seahawks. Why are you pissing about? Why are you thinking too much into things?
But Russell Wilson's biggest gripe at the beginning of the end of last season and the off-season was the offensive line. He kicked up the fuss, didn't he?
Yeah.
Got fucking sacked 4 times this weekend as well, do you know what I mean?
I'd love to see how many of them were his fault, though.
I think it's partly, I think it's like a vicious circle. I think he moves around a lot,
Because he
which
doesn't
makes
trust
the
them.
offensive line move across and sort of go out of shape, but I think he moves around because he doesn't trust the offensive line. So we get 6
Yeah, chicken and the egg. Right, next up, Titans 13, Cards 38. Have you saw it or not, though? It's a shocker, isn't it?
No, I didn't see it, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I didn't see this coming.
I had the Cardinals winning this one. I'm not gonna
Did you?
Yeah, I said last week. I had the Cardinals winning, but I didn't think they were stuffing Derrick Henry the way they did. And I also didn't see Chandler Jones banging in 5 sacks.
Well, here's another I told you so.
5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles and then 5 sacks.
That's C. Jones for the defensive player of the year, was it?
That was Chandler Jones.
I said
Chris Jones.
I said a few weeks back.
You did.
Chandler Jones is going to go off because there's going to be that much attention paid to JJ Watt that Chandler Jones is going to get put in single. Like
he's got.
They're going to put him 1-on-1, and he's too good to put 1-on-1, and he's in a contract year. He's just going to smash everything.
He's got the opportunity now to absolutely obliterate the sack record, hasn't he?
He's given himself a nice start.
You know, an extra game.
Yeah,
and then 5 sacks in the first game. You've also got JJ Watt there, like who is going to need attention.
Problem is now Cardinals play you next week.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay next week.
No, they don't. That's Atlanta, isn't it?
Arizona, Minnesota Vikings. So Vikings. What do the Vikings do now? Do you disregard JJ Watt?
What are the Vikings doing? The Vikings aren't stopping them.
That's what I'm saying. No, but
they're not going to stop either of them.
Do you then double up on JJ Watt or double on Chandler Jones or what? What do you do now? And I think what you do now is you fucking panic. But
yeah, you panic, because you're not stopping either of them.
No, not a million years. But like that game alone, I just made the next game easier for them because now you've made their defensive, their OC, the O-line coach, go, oh, what the fuck are we
something
doing
else
now?
to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, something else, and it's it also brings our next segment from Tom, who's not here, is Mr. Charisma, as he likes to call himself. Mr. Charisma's monotone moment, and he's going to talk us through the most exciting play of the weekend. There he is.
This is the Week 1 monotone moment, and it comes from Arizona's upset win over Tennessee. With 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter, and Arizona 3-0 up,
58 seconds.
Kyler Murray snaps the ball, 3rd and goal on the 6-yard line. There's pressure from the left, so he retreats back to the 22 before rolling out right. He then throws a high pass to the back of the end zone to DeAndre Nuke Hopkins, who leaps ahead of the safety to make the catch, and with an incredible piece of athleticism, taps his toes just in bounds, giving Arizona 6 points on their way to an impressive 38-13 road victory. Well done, Kyler and Nuke.
Fucking
there you go. You heard it from Tom first. The most exciting play of the week.
Can we never listen to that again?
We've got another one next week now.
Fucking hell, I'm glad I'm not on next week. Jesus
the worst
Christ.
thing was,
I won't be listening to that back.
That sounded a little bit breathy, that as well. You can just imagine him shagging and talking like that. Oh, you like that, don't you, you dirty slut? Oh.
What a nice way to talk about his wife.
I'm just imagining a bit of you don't think they have a bit of dirty talk when they have sex?
Definitely not. Not with Tom, no. Definitely not.
Right there. Right there. Oh, down a bit, up a bit, up a bit. Oh, right there. Oh, I like that.
Let's quickly move
Oh,
on.
that's Bob.
This is going downhill rapidly.
That's Bob on that.
Bob on.
Right, Washington 16, Chargers 20. What happened, Mark?
I think we believe that old hype. The hope, your famous saying this, the hope
It's
that
the
kills.
hope that kills you,
We
yeah.
went into the season, we were the best defensive line, new quarterback, so instead of new old quarterback, with best weapons around them, and it just never clicked. I don't know what the reason was. Maybe in 6 games time, you'll say the Chargers are a really good side. I know Rob won't say that because he hates them.
And maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. Maybe it is just Washington was bad on the day. But this is part of my segment here.
Mark's meltdown
Was if you're going to hype this defense up to be as good, especially defensive line to be as good as that, you need to get more pressure on that offensive line. Rashawn Slater, manhandle Chase Young.
whatever you want, mate.
Now, this has been a rivalry going back to the college when apparently Chase Young had his worst game against Rashawn Slater in the college days.
Never. It was against Lucas Niang, but okay.
Oh, fuck
off, Rob.
Here we go.
Tom's going to have to back us up on that one.
Here we go.
So much so that Chase Young moved to the other
Chase
side.
Young said it himself. He said the hardest defensive lineman he played in college was Lucas Niang.
But yeah, my meltdown is there needs to be more there. There needs to be.
Doesn't sound like you're having a meltdown.
Yeah, I feel like, where's the performance, Mark? Fucking the rest of us have stepped up a game, had a little performance in it. Tom's fucking trying his best to
be excited.
To be excited. I'm here having a little rant about my bet going down. And you're like, yeah, I'm having a meltdown because Washington didn't get enough pressure.
Yeah, it is, but that's that is me.
Fucking hell. I feel like I've seen you be angry. I feel like...
Can we just skip over the next game?
No.
Let's just say, because we're on 55 minutes now, and
yeah.
This has got to be wrapped up by an hour. You're not getting any more.
Right, Kansas City Chiefs 33, Browns 29 in the most exciting game of the week. Right, am I just going to go? Am I? You just going to let me talk?
As well.
Sound. Started off, I thought I'm going to have to come here on Tuesday. I need to load a fucking humble pie. It's fucking get your phone away while I was recording the podcast. Gonna have to eat a load of fucking humble pie. Gonna have to go on about how good Baker was, about how he just trusted his running backs. He made the throws when he needs to make the throws, and about how the Browns come with the Chiefs number and the Chiefs the defense didn't turn up. And then what happened? Then Patrick Mahomes turns up. The Chief offense didn't even say turns up because the Chiefs offense was there the whole game. Then what happens is you forget just how good the Chiefs were. How good the Chiefs are.
No, let's just fucking interrupt you now.
So
how bad was that fucking coverage? How fucking bad?
Tyreek 75-yard
how bad? Have you tried covering Tyreek Hill when he runs a 4.1
fucking hell
40-yard dash?
He just basically ran away from the ball and just left Tyreek Hill to just go, oh yeah, go ahead, lads.
Because Tyreek Hill took him that way. He's having to run that fast to stay with Tyreek Hill that he can't stop himself. Meanwhile, Tyreek Hill hasn't got into fourth gear. They're just gone, oh yeah, I'll just pull back now. And then you're fucked because you can't stop. You're not used to running this fast. It's Tyreek Hill's in a light jog. Like you can't blame the coverage on that. It was just the Chiefs are that good. Chiefs offensively are fucking brilliant.
I disagree. Not the Chiefs at the offense. Tyreek Hill and Mahomes are that good. Outside them two, there's not a... Kelsey,
by the way, his touchdown, second one, why is he fucking left so open? Like, why would you just leave him there to just go, why would you just go, yeah, there you go.
Tyreek Hill automatically takes so much coverage towards
just like that. There you go. Touchdown. Fucking simple. Anyone can do it.
Do you know if you've seen that meme going around from with Mahomes and saying
fucking winds me up.
Fucking Tyreek's down there somewhere. And that's basically Mahomes.
Yeah,
that's Mahomes.
Chiefs are brilliant, but like fucking there's big Kelsey, you can't miss the cunt. Fucking there you go.
Well, clearly his boss are ghosting, and he just goes missing.
I fucking hate the way we have to talk about the Chiefs all the time.
Right,
like,
anyway,
just got beat.
Can we get to this game? Baker, I thought we're going to have to eat loads of humble pie, and Baker was brilliant. And Baker was brilliant until he wasn't. And the minute it come on top, it showed the difference. Comes on, Chiefs, 10 minutes left. The 9 points down, 29 to 20. Wasn't that, were they 9 points down? Yeah, 10 points down, sorry. 9 points down, 10 minutes left, 29 to 20. Browns just marched the field and got a touchdown. What does Patrick Mahomes do? One play, bombs it to Tyreek Hill, bang, in the end zone. Chiefs are right back. No, but hold on. But the amount of pressure that then puts on Baker and the Browns, because the Browns are going, fucking hell, we're trying to put, every time we try and pull away, these cunts are pulling back. And it's all of a sudden, you're looking at the clock going, well, hold on. If we score again, how much time are they going to have? Like you're sitting there going, we can't make a mistake now. We can't make a mistake. They scored on us that quickly. We can't make a mistake. And with that in the back of their head, there comes the mistake.
I know.
It's a quick 3 and out. Chiefs, obviously, the noise of the stadium. Chiefs increase the pressure they start blitzing a bit more, and it causes a bit more pressure for Baker. And all of a sudden, with that in the back of your head, I can't make a mistake now. That is when the mistakes come. It's a bad snap for the. It's a bad snap for the 4 and out, which means James Gilligan then misses the ball. Decides rather than trying to kick it, he should have just kicked it. He decides, fuck it, I'm gonna have to run with it now because I've dropped it. Gets taken down. Chiefs get the ball in short yardage. Kelsey scores. Chiefs are back in it. Chiefs are back in it. What the Browns got to do now? And then obviously we all know what happens. Baker throws the interception. Game over, sort of thing.
Mistakes won you this game, and that's not taken away from
20 seconds left on the Chiefs.
The Nick Chubb fumble, the Nick Chubb fumble,
yeah,
the Baker pick, and the kicker Gilligan fucking up.
Yeah,
they were the 3 biggest moments in the games. And a fair point, good teams.
Yeah, but you've got to be able to capitalise on it as well.
Of course. But I think
that's like you saying. That's like you saying. Oh, you didn't win this game. You lost. Yeah, the other team lost it. It's like but at the end of the day, you still got to be in a position to win it. You can't make 3 mistakes against us. You can't give us the ball 3 times. You can't say with the ball against us. It's only really 2 times because the 3rd time. What?
Do you mean Mahomes and Tyreek? Because there's fuck all after that. There's teams ranging around who won't even get to the playoffs with better receiving calls in general.
Yeah, and they won't get to the playoffs because they're not better.
Yeah, because you've got 2 players.
And what?
I fucking hate my life.
Right, let's move on.
So what you saying we got the best 2 players?
Yeah, but outside that, there's not much else.
That's all right. I'm happy with that.
Take that all day.
The best. The Chiefs are the best, is what you just said. Right. Pat 16. Dolphins 17.
Let's go! Yes.
Tell me about it, Tony.
Well, I went to Fars, didn't I?
Yes.
This was the main game for me. That's why I went out for a meal because I thought I need to be.
You never thought nothing. You got told.
No.
If you're fucking sitting watching NFL for 4 hours, you better do something as a family.
I needed to be, primed. First game, Dolphins, Pats. Going to Fars, you knew it was going to be a big moment. Obviously, we had the bet on. Far currently has a job, so that means £200 in my back pocket. So, started, and the Dolphins looked good. Patriots didn't look so good. I was like, fucking, this is going to be easy, this. We are going to fucking coast to victory. And then it got a bit, Bill Belichick got a bit better.
The Pats looked like the Pats.
Mac Jones looked exactly how everyone's described him to be. The new Tom Brady.
Accurate, moving the ball down.
Accurate, moved the ball, 70-odd% completions. Didn't do much wrong. However, they could only score field goals. We were scoring touchdowns. And then, at the end, I was like, oh, fuck, we've lost this.
How'd they finish? What?
So, the Patriots were marching down the
field. I purposely haven't paid any attention to this game because I wanted you to tell me so.
Patriots were marching down the field with like 4 minutes to go.
Right.
So
the score
was
a
decent little drive. So we were on 17.
Right.
They were on 13. No, they were on 16 because they just kicked a field goal. So they were on 16, marching down the field.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, these are going to fucking score and they're going to leave us no time on the clock. And then it's all on tour. And everyone's already fucking slated them from last year. And I was like, oh, this is not good. And I've got Far in my face fucking kicking off going, yes, you're so fucking lost. You're shit. La, 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 la. So I was like, oh, fuck. And then, when we paid Xavier Howard that money?
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
Why? What did he do?
Forced a fumble, didn't he? Damien Harris in the red zone.
In the red zone as well?
Well, just outside. I can't really. They were going to score points. It was 30, 20 yards.
Right.
I was too impressed with what was going on to even care, really. But fumbled the ball, and then the Dolphins took over. Patriots started burning the timeouts, and I was like, oof, this is a bit early. But then I realised they didn't have Tom Brady anymore. So they've got to burn the timeouts earlier to try and give Mac Jones enough time to come back down the field if we were to go down and score points. So then it got to the 2-minute warning, and I was like, we literally need a first down before the 2-minute warning, and the game's over.
Yeah.
And then my segment comes into play.
Go on.
Well, you're not going to play?
Yeah, sorry.
Fucking hell.
Here's Tony's segment. Which is? Do you want to tell what your segment is, Tony?
Something to do with whatever Mark said it was last week, because I didn't make it up. Mark
No,
did.
I made this one up.
Oh.
That's
how much attention I pay. What am I saved as in your phone? That's what I'm trying to
find. Oh, Tony in a plant emoji. So your segment is shithouse from the shithouse.
But this one is
where
about
Tony tells us his biggest shithouse moment.
But this is proper top shithousery.
So this is shithousery from the shithouse.
Yeah.
Where Tony tells us his favourite shithouse moment of the week while he's having a shit.
Our bog's a bit loud, isn't it?
Got some good plumbing going on.
The best shithousery moment of the week for me was definitely the Miami Dolphins against the New England Patriots. Divisional game, made even sweeter that I had a nice £200 bet on the go as well. And it was when we needed the first down to win the game. And obviously, you know, you bring on big Jacoby Brissett, need 1 yard. The most obvious play ever that it's going to be a QB sneak. Top shithousery from the Miami Dolphins because you know that they can't stop it. Brilliant.
Dolphins knowing you're not going to stop the QB sneak, bring on their own ex-boy.
They'd already done it earlier in the game.
What the
Brissett QB sneak earlier in the game, and it was like not for 1 minute did I think, oh, they're going to play action or do something do something magically. No, they're just going to fucking Jacoby Brissett getting paid what, 2, 3, 4 million a year. They're not asked. They're not asked if he dies. Just fucking go and get that yard, son. Go and get that yard. Go and win the game for the Dolphins.
Brian Flores turn into Rocky 4. If he dies, he dies.
But that's it. Like, you know, you're not risking to it. He's only fucking tiny and petite, and he looks fucking good. He looked really good. Saying this to Mark, he was making some nice little throws. Jalen Waddle looks impressive. Will Fuller's back next week. Jalen Waddle had a big drop, big drop, and it was because he was overexcited. He was stretching, but there was fucking space, and I was like, he's gone. He's gone.
Normally, you'd be saying that about Tua and Waddle, and I go, I'd only score 17 points, but against the Patriots.
Exactly, and this is what I said, like, because Mark's like, what do the Patriots look like? And I said, to be honest, the Patriots are going to be hard to beat. They looked better than last year.
The Pats like the Pats without the Tom Brady factor.
Yeah.
Even though Mac
Jones was
Brady.
good, he made one big throw.
Yeah.
And he basically just played.
But like
safe.
you say, without the Brady factor, they need to give him more time to come back into the game.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and go, we only need a minute for Tom Brady.
But that was the key moment for me when they started taking time out early, because it was like, you don't trust Mac Jones.
Yeah.
If Tom Brady would have been in, you would have let it go to the 2-minute warning.
They haven't got the weapons to chase the game in 2 minutes. You
say that.
Tom Brady never has, but he still.
But he always had Amendola, or Amendola, and he always had Edelman. He always had like a Gronk.
You say that, but the Dolphins in this game couldn't stop the run at all. Couldn't stop the Patriots running the ball. Now in that situation, you're defending deep so that no one can pass on you.
Yeah,
it's true.
And you know,
just slice it up, in that 5-10 yards.
In that 2-minute warning, I reckon the Patriots could have knocked off a 30-40 yard run based on the fact that we couldn't stop the run anyway, and the coverage would have been in the back.
Right. So moving on, your boy,
Big Jameis.
Big James got his eyes sorted.
Back-to-back boys, Tua and Jameis. Well, I've been saying it, haven't I?
So we broke a record.
Did he? What?
Only quarterback to throw 5 touchdowns and less than 150 yards.
In Super Bowl era.
Only quarterback to throw 5 touchdowns.
For the least amount of yards, so 150 yards. He threw 150 yards and threw 5 touchdowns at the weekend.
Did he? Yeah. Fucking hell.
What's that, like 30
yards
a touchdown? Yeah. Well, the Saints.
How did Kamara get on?
Saints were brilliant.
I think he had like over 100 yards total.
And they had some other running back. So they got rid of
Tony
Latavius Murray,
Jones.
Tony Jones Jr. Yeah, and he looked good. He looked promising, and it was mad because I said to Mark on the way here, I said the Packers for me, you can't half tell that their O-line's fucked. It's the same, like watching the Chiefs.
The O-line's injured, isn't it? Like
that's what I mean, though. Like you can't half tell the difference when the O-line's missing because the Packers couldn't run the ball, and then Rodgers was just fucking
limits the magic that he can do. Yeah,
Rodgers were fucked in this game, and
things just can't be asked.
No, I just think
I was trying to think. I think this season he'll down tools at some point, but I think
the Saints just add the number. Like
if Tony wants to link to the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter how good you are, but the reason they're so good is because they play. When they move around and roll out, it's because they know the defensive line's behind them, because the offensive line has done enough of a job that there's gaps for them.
Yeah.
Whereas when there's no offensive line, you can't even roll out because they're just in front of you. So you can't roll to the right because you're rolling into a man. And I imagine that's what happened. That's what happened with Rodgers.
Rodgers threw 2 picks, no touchdowns.
Not like Rodgers to throw picks either, is
it? Well, I think it was like his first 2 interception. First 2 interception game since 2019 or something stupid, which is fucking mind blowing. Week 6, I think.
If that happens again, don't be surprised to see Rodgers down tools. They actually brought him out in the end and put Love in, didn't they?
Yeah, and they brought out both their running backs as well. So obviously Aaron Jones and
AJ
Dillon, and they both come out of the game to play someone else.
See, Jordan Love ended the week, and they were talking fantasy on minus 0.3 points. Right, moving on. Giants, Broncos. This is what happens when this is why they picked Teddy.
I don't know anything about this game other than the score.
Put the ball in Teddy's hand. Teddy played safe, and Denver just done what they had to do.
And Melvin Gordon looked good.
Melvin Gordon looked great.
He had a bad injury, didn't he? I think.
A couple of weeks. I don't think it's bad injury.
He thought it was worse than what it was. High ankle sprain and everything.
It's a high ankle sprain. He's going to miss 3 weeks, I reckon, at least. Broncos look good. Broncos beat a bad Giants team.
Yeah, it was no shocks.
Nothing
really
to talk about. This is why they picked Bridgewater. Play it safe. We'll get the job done. Broncos, another team like who did I mention before? Like the Panthers, who I think you're just going to see get better and better week in, week out. Rams 34, Bears 14. Apparently the scoreline flattered the Rams, but they were dominant the whole game. Darrell Henderson 70 yards. Sony Michel had 2 yards on 2 carries or something like that, because obviously he hasn't learned the playbook yet. But Stafford with an O-line and with receivers looks incredible.
Like I haven't seen any of this game.
But
when I looked at the box score and you see, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, the Rams look, and Van Jefferson, wasn't it? Van Jefferson played well.
Have you seen any highlights of it?
No, I've seen nothing.
So
I've seen
the Van Jefferson one was like a 70-yard bomb or something.
Yeah.
The play action, and the whole defensive line goes one way with the offensive line thinking it's a run.
Yeah.
And he runs that way, but then throws it across himself to the other side where no one is.
Yeah.
It was just such a boss, fake the way he done it. You know what I mean?
For me,
it looked good, but then the worst part about that is, so he gets the ball, catches it, falls on the floor, no one touches him. So he gets up and
the 2 Bears backs are like, so Van Jefferson falls, rolls, expects that someone's going like that. But where like me and Rob are, where the 2 Bears backs are, and they just let him walk past them. And he basically rolls into the fucking end zone.
Fucking hell.
Picks himself up, walks to the end zone. It's a joke. The last game of the week this morning, or last night, depending on what time you want to call it. Las Vegas Raiders 33, Baltimore 27.
Mark Costar bet.
The Raiders
I
always
called this.
eat one.
Just point out, I called the Raiders.
You did call it,
I was talking to Tom last week while we were saying, and I was saying the Raiders are going to win, and Mark went and fucking said, I'll have the Ravens for my bet. And fucked it for us.
But then you know what? The Ravens will be shit again next week.
The Ravens should have won.
Sorry, the Raiders. The Raiders will be shit again next week.
Yeah.
The Ravens look, to be honest, good, and then just got complacent and fucked it.
The Ravens should have won this game.
The thing as well, you woke up this game, everyone's talking about how good the game it was. It wasn't. It was a terrible 3 quarters.
Well, the first quarter,
an incredible finish.
Well, the first quarter was fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
There was no points on board.
No, there was 1 touchdown at the very end of the first quarter. But it
first
was
3 quarters were shite.
It was like
the end of the game was incredible.
Yeah, like I woke up with the baby, feeding the baby, and it was overtime. And that, for me, after like watching it back, the overtime bit and the end of the game was the best bit. But in overtime, Derek Carr threw the pass, didn't he? And it literally hit the Ravens' safety on the helmet.
Yeah.
And then they intercepted it. Then the Ravens get the ball. Lamar Jackson fumbles it. Then the Raiders go, well, actually, we'll go and score. And then for some reason, they bring out the kicker to kick a field goal, even though, like, they're about 35 yards away. And you're just sitting there thinking, what the fuck are you doing?
Bring it a bit closer first, then bring your
Yeah,
kick on.
like, you've got loads of time. You're only on second down. What the fuck's going on? And then I think it was to waste the Ravens' timeouts.
Yeah.
But it just made no sense. Like, it was just fucking stupid. And then anyway, Carr throws a touchdown and the Raiders win the game, which wasn't a shock for me, was a shock for Mark.
I think we'll have to whiz through all the rest of this stuff, aren't we now? Have we got time?
No, nothing left now, is there really?
No,
yeah, so that was the first week of the NFL.
Good to be back.
It is good to be back. I almost had a heart attack watching the Chiefs. I thought Washington was in March. You feel a little bit same old. Like
yeah, but
you're a bit
like the
gutted
hope
again,
that kills us.
hope
Do you know
so.
what I mean? I was a bit, like I said, there was a few like mistakes that were costly. Charles Leno, the left tackle, who's supposed to be a solid left tackle, it was his mistake why Fitz got sacked for that.
Right.
Stupid things.
Here's something I'm going to ask you every week. I want to see how often it changes. Starting week 1, who's your Super Bowl?
Bucks.
I knew.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, I thought you meant winners. I can't see the past last year's Bucks and Chiefs, to be honest with you.
Dolphins, Bucks.
Fuck off.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it until we're not there. Like, you know what I mean?
Chiefs, Rams.
Gonna say, oh yeah, it's like
Chiefs,
Dolphins,
Rams for me.
Dolphins, Rams.
Yeah.
I'll change it. Dolphins, Rams.
Sound. Moving on. We're moving on. We've got a bit of fantasy to talk about.
Oh, fuck fantasy.
Listen, we can't
Did
have
I
a
win? I
we
did
can't have a
win.
listener
I did-
league.
I did win. Oh no, I'm not actually in that one.
Oh, NFL app. We can't show on the screen. But so in our listener league, which is
I'm not.
Why
in,
do you want to
I'm not in it. Like I haven't checked my team in this
well,
because
that's your own fucking
because
fault.
I had to make a new login to even draft in this one. So
Well, that's your own fault.
did I win?
Fuck the commissioner. Yeah, you 211 points.
Yeah, he's done well.
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Let's see my team.
Let's see me team. Right, so let's go to the scoreboard for week 1. And here's how it went. Does anyone remember? I don't even remember the a little bet me and Mark made after the.
Yeah, got fucked.
It got fucked.
Fully.
It got fucked. I don't remember, Tony. Me and Mark. You know the way Mark gets overly hopeful.
To be fair, right? Every
Hold on, let
Did
me.
I play Tom as well?
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh fucking, he's getting it. Oh look at that fucking hell, Cooper Cup 40 points. What's happening?
Right. Well, let's just talk about it.
So we had a bet, didn't we? That Rob's predicted score was a good 60 points, 40, 50. At least
Probably, I think it was even
4.
more than that. But Mark, no. What? Just start from the beginning. What always happens with you?
Fucking hell,
I believe me hype.
Always happens with
got
you at the end of a
slapped, you know.
draft. The end of every single draft we ever do.
So
The same thing
Can I,
happens.
Can I just name who me starting players were and why I was so confident? So with it being only a smaller league, your teams are looking a little better and the scores are higher.
Paul's coming through on Rob's phone.
Again, chance to be a fine thing. So let's get up there, Mark. So after every single draft, what Mark does is he gets excited and thinks he's got the best team in the league.
To be fair, I had Russell Wilson quarterback, Carson underrated running back,
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, quality running back.
Yeah.
Right, I mean receivers I fully expected to go off. Devontae Adams
Yeah.
was the receiving yard leader last season.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
fully expected him to go
Shite,
off.
told you. I did tell
And
everyone
then
he's
Mike
shite.
Evans was a sneaky pick.
Yeah.
He could go off, he couldn't go off. Do you know what I mean? I was at the Washington football team as my defence. I was quite happy with that. Now,
How many points did he score?
148. Right. Bear in mind, every
Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel
I'm
outscored
fucking-
your whole team.
Yeah. Fucking Tyreek Hill is just it was ridiculous. And no cunt expected Deebo Samuel to go off for the way he did.
Well,
no.
Maybe the country picked him.
No.
some of us
Don't
do
start
draft
that.
Deebo
Some of them said
Samuel.
there's a lot of disrespect.
Rob,
There's a lot of disrespect happening with Deebo
Rob,
Samuel.
We've got
here.
Deebo
People
Samuel.
forgetting how good
we
they
love
are.
Deebo
Yeah.
Samuel. We'll get Deebo Samuel on. Hey.
Look, he's saying that. The smoke will let fucking Jamar Chase on his bench.
Yeah, because Deebo
The
Samuel.
smug cunt. What did you just call me? The smug cunt left a march. He's on his bench.
Can we get Deebo Samuel on? Can we start interacting with Deebo?
You talk to Deebo now.
We Love you, Debo. Come on.
Well,
Come on next
So
week.
do I.
lad.
Just don't know when you play me.
Oh,
you fucking just called them all sorts.
So what?
there.
So Mark gets smoked, doesn't he? And what do we do every single time? Mark,
Yeah.
stop it.
Do you know this?
Stop it, Mark. Stop it, Mark.
Fantasy bet is it's the best one, innit?
Yeah.
It's
But before we get to the bet, stop it, Mark. Stop it, Mark.
Yeah,
Doesn't no, Mark, you lose everything. No, Mark, you're just gonna curse yourself. No, I'm fucking wait, just watch, watch, see what happens here. We'll see. So little fancy bet. What's the standard fancy bet? Now Mark doesn't want us. No one mentioned any numbers. What's the standard fantasy bet?
The standard fantasy bet that we have.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, if you've got like in a fantasy league and you basically hate someone that you're playing,
Yeah.
you offer this bet out because it's fucking brilliant.
And it's a pound
a point.
So Mark was predicted a 60-point difference between me and him. Now, once again, I'm saying to Mark, just bear in mind, Dak Prescott at that time was predicted 0 because
I knew that was good.
Yeah. Dak Prescott was predicted 0. I think I had a couple of rookies in my team who were predicted 0. And I'm like, Mark, no, go on, we'll do it. We'll have a pound a point. Now, for any listeners, you can see the score and you can do the match yourself. We're not allowed to mention the number in case Janie is. But let's just say it got out of hand. It got so out of hand that 3 different times I offered Mark a cash out.
Did offer Mark a cash out.
And 1 point, first cash out I offered him was I think I was up by so many points. I think it was a third of that. It was a third of that. I'd offered him, no, fuck off. The next, I was 2/3 ahead. I then offered him, let's say half of that. Fuck off. And then I went, that's fine. I think the last one I offered him was 2/3 of that. And he goes, no, fuck off.
In my defense,
and then I just sat back and enjoyed every single little yard.
You offered. Rob's offered you a cash out and you've told him to fuck off.
I don't think Rob's ever offered me a cash out.
Yeah, fuck, plenty of time with the Chiefs.
Oh,
bets.
no, yeah, Rob offers me a cash out, but it's so heavily stacked in his favour. Like, I'm not really gaining anything. Whereas he actually offered you some value in your cash outs. Whereas my cash outs are fucking dreadful off Rob. Rob literally goes, well, you're going to owe me £100, so cash me out now for 85.
Give me your first
game hasn't even started. Game hasn't started, but like I'm pretty much gonna win anyway. So £85, and I'm like, well, I'd rather just lose the 100. I'd rather lose the 100 than fucking say, oh yeah, Rob, go ahead. I'll just cut a little deal with you.
Right. So first week 1, I smash Mark, and then if I was you, because I know your memory, your best going back and just checking on that fantasy pod whether you and Tom had the same bet, because it could be an even better day for you if you did. That's what I'm saying. I don't think me and Mark would have had it without you two jumping on it as well.
Tom wasn't on the live one. It was only us 3 on the live.
Was it?
Yeah, to be fair to Tom.
Oh, fucking hell, you got me
Tom
all excited.
No, Tom picked his team.
He did. But he did.
I'm pretty sure the 4 of us were on it.
His missus grounded him again, and so he couldn't do the pods.
I'm sure the 4 of us were on it,
No, it was just the 3 of us.
Tom now. You owe me, Joe.
If
you rat.
Listen back, Tony, and if it is, you are due £107 off Tom.
Fantastic. What episode was that? The live draft?
The live draft.
I'm going to listen to that tomorrow. Oh, I'll be getting it.
He wasn't on the pod, I don't think.
I'll be sending him a fucking invoice.
So I'm 1-0. Tony's 1-0. It's the pod against each other. And then we had the listeners against each other. So we got the Eskimo Brothers, which is Steve. I can't see any second names here, so you're not getting them. I think it's Steve Byrne. Eskimo Brothers lost to EFC Denver, which is Callum, 181 to 119.
Looks like we've got nothing to worry about anyway, Rob, because we both outscored everyone.
Piece of piss, innit? So, and then team name.
Another dub.
Team name to be determined, which is Sheehan. Scored 100. That was an unlucky loss, 194. And winning for West, which is Mike Connolly, got a 1-0. He scored 210. And I'm just trying to see. There's only 2 people there Mark would have beat. You know that team that he was dead confident in? There's literally only 2 people he could have played and won. Fucking pathetic.
And one of them was Tom. Which is even worse.
And now, in our other...
Oh, I smashed this one.
I
fucking...
Oh, no, you're not in this.
Oh, no,
we're on about something completely different here.
Right, he's only bringing up the sleeper because he's actually doing well, isn't he?
Listen, no, hold on.
Fuck all, isn't he?
Once again, Mark, you're being a bit preemptive.
Jumping the gun.
I'm not talking about sleep league. We are in a charity fancy football podcast, a pod off.
Oh, are we?
In a charity fancy football one with other podcasts from the UK. And we are 1-0 in that.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that one.
Not today.
We smashed the team Dynasty Draft. So, Dynasty Draft podcast, if you're listening, I'm sure you're not, but anyone who listens to us, who might also listen to Dynasty Draft, or even anyone who listens to us anyway, just wants to get online, get onto social media and tell Dynasty Draft, you're a fucking shit show. You got ads off. And anyone who makes their own podcast about a fantasy and then can't beat a fucking fat bum who doesn't even know players' names needs to get to fuck and quit.
Let's have a look at your team quickly.
Carson Wentz was in as restarter. Glad I had to delay, obviously.
Chiefs heavy, yeah.
Nick Chubb.
I wonder who picked this team.
Tyreek Hill. AJ Brown. Austin Hooper. Javonte Williams. I expected more of him, to be honest. From the Broncos, but Melvin Gordon was well and truly the one there. CeeDee Lamb, Trevor Lawrence.
There it is. Kickers win Everton.
Justin Tucker.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and the Broncos
kickers win
defense.
Everton for you. How many points do you win by?
Let's go back. By 189 to 137.
Justin Tucker's 11 points sealed that victory there.
So in that charity podcast, we are raising money for All Day, children's charity if we win, against other podcasts from the UK. So it's the first time we mentioned it on this podcast, because what was the point we mentioned it 8 weeks ago? So, Team Dynasty Draft, you shite. Next man up, fuck you. Outside the huddle, go fuck yourselves. Third and goal, fuck your mother. The fantasy first rounders, fuck your dad. Russian fumble. I actually quite like Russian fumble, funny lads.
Yeah.
They're all right then.
So we give them a listen.
I still hope the fucking fridge defrost on and the freezer defrost on and the sag cunts. Fuck off. 5 Yard Dynasty. This is part of the...
5 yard family.
5 Yard family. Gang of fucking nonsense. Shouldn't be called a family. Should be called a fucking ring, mate. Paedophile ring. Third and Short podcast. I hope you all die. The drop back. Fucking drop back and fuck off. Shall we football? No, you shouldn't, because you're shite. And Taz UK, whoever you are, get fucked.
Nice.
There we go.
Rob making mates as per.
There's the podcast. There we go. That's the fantasy chat. Now I've got to try and get back to me fucking...
Porn.
Stop saying porn. I haven't even got porn on it. I thought that was a screenshot to connect for.
I genuinely expected to see fast penis at some point as you were scrolling there.
I'm surprised it's not saved. Yeah, so that is the fantasy update. Once again, reign supreme.
Yeah, except for Mark.
I'm keeping me crown.
As usual, Mark, always letting the side down.
It's a shite.
Everything you touch.
But yet you still believe every year going into it that you're going to win.
It's the same reason you believe the Dolphins are going to the playoffs. I know I'm not having a bet with that by before you ask.
Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl, I've just said it.
Right, let's move on. This week's bet.
I've got them on there.
I know, but we need the odds for the end of we need the odds, don't we?
They're all 5 to 6.
Oh, are they? Sorry. Tony's got the odds. I apologise. Right. Next week's games. Washington -3.5 to the Giants. Thursday night game. Mark, what are you saying? Surely there's enough. There's still a belief to...
I wouldn't pick up the Ache.
Under the lights. Washington under the lights, eh?
At home as well.
I'd say the Giants, because the Washington haven't got a quarterback.
I think
like the Giants haven't really got a quarterback.
I think Tyler Heineken is good enough to beat the Giants. I'm going Washington. I would take them on the handicap as well.
Same.
Which is -3.5.
I'd take Giants.
I don't know what the overs are. We probably should put the overs up as well, but it doesn't matter. Do you want me to get the overs up?
No. No, I'm not interested. It's going to be under that one, isn't it?
Tony doesn't want the overs.
It's going to be under, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Washington Giants is going to be under.
Probably, yeah. Chicago Bears giving 2.5 points to Bengals. If they're giving 2.5 points, they're basically saying, because you get 3 points just for being at home.
Yeah, so the Bengals.
So the bookies think the Bengals are half a point better than the Bears.
And I totally agree.
Yeah.
The Bengals are better than the Bears. Until Justin Fields comes in.
Our friend of the show was a producer, Ian.
Yeah. The man,
He's
the admin man.
Fan.
Admin.
And he said their secondary at the moment's awful.
Yeah.
So if Burrow can launch it.
There you go.
Another big game for Jamar Chase. I'll make sure he comes. I'll get him off the bench for next week. I won't be such a smug cunt and leave him on the bench.
By the way, can we just look?
No, just Mark had more of a meltdown over fantasy than he did the part of the show, which was called Mark's Meltdown.
Yeah, but you could do that every week with fantasy because Mark always fucks up on fantasy. The next game, the Cleveland Browns against the Houston Texans.
Wow.
Surely this
Browns are
Wow.
-2.5 points.
So they're saying the Texans are half a point better than the Browns.
Yeah, so that's all just
Right.
put every penny that we've got on
I'm
the
doing.
Browns right
I'm
now.
put my own handicap on. You'll probably get, if that is evens, you'll get about 2-1 on Browns -7, and I would fucking lump it.
Is this on our usual?
That's on Sky Bet, yeah.
And they're saying the handicap's only 2.5 points.
Well, I'm putting -7 on the Browns.
How are they saying
That's my pick for the.
I genuinely reckon, whatever money you get paid that you've got spared at the end of this week, put it all.
They're
on
only
the
saying
Browns.
basically it's a field goal.
Because at
Browns-
sometimes
Browns at home.
they fuck up, Mark. Sometimes they don't know NFL enough that they fuck up, and this
We've
is
seen
one
the
of them.
Texans win. We've seen the Browns lose. But that's fucking ridiculous.
Right, I'm telling you now.
Check that, because did I write that down? Is it meant to be -12.5?
minus 11.5, you tit. It's -12.5, whichever one you've looked at.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's a fucking knobhead. You've got us all excited.
Sake. That's Mark that he's scrubbed the one out.
Right, take that back. -11.5, I might steer clear a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I got all excited.
Rams -4. I'd take that for Arache.
Your Mark wants Rams -4 for the Aka. Fair enough.
I'll take Browns -2.5 for the Aka.
Next, Rams -4. So no one's expecting a bounce back from the Colts then? Expecting Rams to start dominating?
I am, but
not against the Rams.
Not against the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah, I would also take Rams -4. I'm going to put that in my head this week. Jags, Broncos, -6 to the Denver Broncos.
So what they're saying is the Broncos are actually -9.
Yeah,
3 points for being at home.
Yeah, 3 points for being at home. So
I think Broncos win that.
I think Broncos -6 is a good bet.
Yeah, I like that as well, to be fair.
Play safe, especially the way the Jags looked. And that Denver defense, if the Jags look that shit, in fact, I'm going to pick that for our bet. Broncos -6.
Yeah, if the Jags can't perform against the Texans, they're definitely not showing up against the Broncos.
Next one's an interesting one. The Dolphins against the Bills, and they're giving the Bills giving Dolphins 3.5 points. So Buffalo Bills -3.5. Do you think they're disrespecting a little bit there after Buffalo?
I absolutely think the Dolphins win this, and I'm going to put it on our bet right now.
As a handicap or just
Dolphins win?
Just Dolphins win. Go on. Fair enough.
What's that? What odds are Dolphins just to win?
Dolphins just to win. We're 6-4.
Tasty.
Nice.
Big tasty.
Moving on. Jets, Patriots. Patriots are giving 6 points.
Patriots are going to fucking smash them.
Judging from what you saw a bit about Patriots the weekend, you think Jets are shit like.
I just think there's no way like Zach Wilson's going to be able to throw all over the Patriots. If the Dolphins with better receivers couldn't put more than 17 points up, there's no way
the Jets are doing it.
And you know what?
And our defense is one of the best in the league, so there's no way that
a
the
Patriots defense against a new quarterback, a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Things.
Surely even Tom's probably going to put Tom down for the Patriots -6.
Should we call him?
Just put him down.
Let's call him.
Patriots -6.
He's going to answer.
Absolutely not. Not this time.
Oh, Jackie's definitely buttoning him here. Fucking prick. Right, since he's not on the pod,
Patriots
and since he didn't answer his
-6.
phone, Patriots -6 it is for our bet. Eagles v 49ers. 49ers are giving up 3.5 points here.
Is that all?
I genuinely think there's some money to be made this weekend.
Is that similar to the one 49ers should roll over the Eagles?
They should do, but then the Eagles are shocked. I think what's happened here is the Eagles shocked everyone by twatting the Falcons. But everyone's thinking, but everyone's thinking, well, how good are the Eagles? Rather than going to a bad Falcons team, probably scored more points than
and the 49ers gave up a load of points.
In garbage time.
Yeah. I mean, they are saying that the 49ers are 6.5 point favourites, really.
Yeah.
Even though they are 3.5.
How do you get that? See, this is where I don't understand.
So,
with
when a team is when they're even, they give a home team 3 points.
Right.
So if you think every home team would technically start on -3, and then that's so how much better the other team is, the bookies think they are, is where the handicap comes from. So you get 3 points basically just for being at home. So so do you reckon the 49ers are a touchdown better than the Eagles?
Yeah.
But because the Eagles are at home, they get them up the points. Up the points tally. So 49ers -3.5. I agree with you. I think that's a good bet there. I think there's money to be made here. Steelers against the Raiders. Steelers -5 against the Raiders. They just beat the Ravens. As we said, it was a terrible game until the end. Do Steelers make the same mistakes as the Ravens did, or do you think this is just...
The Steelers' defense is better, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do like the Ravens' defense though as well. But
I know, but Steelers, I'd say that's a Steelers banker.
Fair enough. Some bankers this week then we're fancying. Arizona Cardinals, was it a flash in the pan against the Titans?
Another one. So like they're saying, so the Cardinals are -4.5.
So you're saying they're over the touchdown better, basically?
So they're saying 7.5.
So they're saying, no, because they get 3 points for being at home.
Yeah, so it's only sorry, yeah, so they're saying only 1.5 points. They're saying they're only 1.5 points better than
the
them.
Vikings. No way. Cardinals win that by well more than a touchdown.
Yes, I think that might be the beginning of the end for the Vikings if they lose this one. Vikings start 0-2. They're not.
I think they get absolutely slapped in that game.
Next, Tampa against Atlanta, -12, and our biggest
divisional game. It's done, innit? It's already in the bag. Tom Brady ain't losing that.
No. This is again the Falcons.
Would you take them on the handicap, or would you take them to win?
I'd take them on the handicap. I don't think the Falcons have shown.
Do you think it's worth someone like Washington going in for Matt Ryan now? What do you reckon?
I don't think
because we've basically done that with Fitz. We've done a short-term option,
and I don't think the Falcons can do it. I don't think the Falcons can give him up. You shit.
Yeah.
But how bad are you going to be if you get rid of him?
Well, that's the
yeah, but then why take Pitts at 4?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
If you're going to get rid of the quarterback, you should have got rid of him last summer and got one of the better quarterbacks out of this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, do you think? I don't know. What I'm thinking is, if I'm the Falcons, I'm tempted to do that. Trade away Matt Ryan now while I can.
Should have done it last year.
Fix your mistake from last year.
Should have done it last year.
No, I know, but that's like realise your mistake.
Too late.
Fair enough. Tampa Bay, Atlanta. So we said -12. Tampa Bay. Every one of us going there. Chargers against Dallas Cowboys, and they're saying Chargers are 3 points favourites. So basically, Mark, they're saying these are the same. The bookies are saying it's an even game. So it automatically just goes -3 to the home team. So I think this is an interesting game. This one.
Tell you what though, Justin Herbert looked good. Yeah, I know he had a clean pocket, but he's still.
But I think he's going to get a clean pocket again here, and then it's just going to be this. I would pile on the over because it's just going to be a massive shootout. This is going to be one of them games where you want to watch. If this is on Sky, you want to watch it because both of these teams, Herbert's going to have a clean pocket, and Cowboys, as he's showing into the Buccaneers, I've got some offense. They're going to be great to watch. Where are we going here then?
Chargers. Cowboys, so
I'm going to go with Dallas.
I would take the over no matter what it was. I'd take the over no matter what it was. Try to see if I'd take the over in any of the others where we haven't mentioned the under over, so I think I didn't know what the lines are. But no, I think that's the only one where I would. I'd take the over. No matter what it was, I couldn't pick between them. Seahawks, 5.5 points. Give them 5.5 points to the Titans. Seahawks are a touchdown bet on Titans. Do the Titans bounce back? People expected big things from them this year.
It all depends on Derek Henry. But they can get him going, don't it? Because that's where their offense begins and ends, basically.
I think Russell Wilson, first few games of the season, tends to
starts well, doesn't he?
Win the majority of them, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I'd say Seahawks.
I think I've disrespected the Seahawks too much to pick against them. I'd say Seahawks as well. Yeah. Mark, what did you say? It all depends on Derek Henry. You pick one off the fence?
I'd probably say Seahawks just because their own team. I think if I had to pick.
Sounds Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs, the best in the NFL, as Mark called them before. Chiefs are giving 4 points to the Ravens. What are we saying?
You've got the They think you're over them, haven't you? You've got to beat them 3 times now.
And the Ravens, it's hard because, they've just got a whole new running back room.
Well, what I was about to say is
their strength is now a weakness.
So lucky, not lucky for us because, like you said, we seem to have their number all the time anyway. But the Chiefs, who couldn't defend the run against the Browns, have now got the Ravens without any of the running backs, and it couldn't be a better time to play them. And with Tyrann Mathieu back, I think Chiefs -4 is a good shout. Moving on then, Packers home to the Lions, giving up 11 points.
I think this all depends on whether you think Rodgers is going to have one of them games where he's like,
a bounce back,
or whether you think he's in a slump. That's for me is where it all comes down where you feel Rodgers.
Well, I don't think the Lions are going to be able to get near him, so I think it's a bounce back game. I think 11 points is probably too much.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd take the Lions on the plus.
I think 11 points is going to be too much just for simply. I just don't think Rodgers has the fight he had last year. I don't think he feels he needs to prove himself again, but I do think there's even a 60-70% Rodgers is going to be enough to just piece the Lions up to get the victory for Green Bay.
And there's one more game which I don't think was on Sky when I wrote it down, and I think it's Panthers-Saints.
Right, Panthers-Saints.
I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the only 2 teams that we haven't covered.
Right, let's see if I can find if it's on there. Do we know what time they're playing? No, well, it's still not on Sky Bet then.
I think it's going to be 9:30.
All right, well, no Panthers-Saints. I can't imagine what the line's going to be, but I think it'll be because of the Saints whitewash.
I think it'll be because of where the Saints, you don't know where they're playing.
Yeah. So you don't know what time's going to be, where it's going to be.
What's going on with everything going on in New Orleans?
Well, I would take the Saints in that game, even though, like I said, I think the Panthers are going to get better every game. It's still too early for them to challenge the Saints, especially how good the Saints looked. Again, everyone expects the Saints to be shit this year, and once again,
Big Jameis going to win a Super Bowl. Remember that bet?
Just like the Steelers.
Do you remember that bet?
No, just like the Seahawks.
Well, you best fucking get listening back to some old podcasts. Jameis Winston to win a Super Bowl in his career, and you all give me massive odds on that.
I didn't. That doesn't sound. Does that sound like one of my bets?
But
that sounds like one of Rob's fucking stacked in his favourite bets.
He give me. In fact, I think it was him and Tom both give me massive odds on Jameis Winston winning a Super Bowl.
Oh God!
And I've got his whole career, and I only bet 20 quid with you both. And I think I've got stupid odds.
Well, one of the listeners best try and remember what podcast that was because it's not in my notes.
I will listen to them all back if James Winston wins the Super Bowl. Do not worry. 60-odd podcasts, I will listen to every single one of them.
Right. Saints then. Saints against Panthers. We don't know what the line's going to be, but I would say Saints take that game.
Saints favourites, I'd imagine.
I would take the Saints as well. I obviously don't know the lines, so I'm not going to say it. No. But I'd take Saints. I fancy Saints in that game. Yeah. Any more?
That's us, innit? That's us.
We're all fancying the Saints.
All fancying the Saints. Everyone's
Fair
happy.
Enough. Moving on. So hopefully we can get Micah Parsons some point soon. We've figured out how we're going to do it. Now we just got to DM him and say, send me location, give me time and place, bitch.
To be fair, I don't think it's going to be this week, is it? Because they're away at the Chargers. So that's across the other side of the country, and he's going to want all that preparation to play you, isn't he?
Yeah. We'll get him. When's bye week?
Really, we're looking for the Cowboys bye week. Give him the best opportunity to win.
Right.
He's not going Sunny Climbs. He's playing Connect 4 all weekend, isn't he?
Exactly. He needs to go and get himself in a dark room and learn the secret to Connect 4. Right, boys, thank you very much. I'll speak to you later. Ta-da.
Ta-da.